Van der Beek has joined Everton on loan until the end of the season. He's a player who cost United £35 million, and 1.5 years later, he's being loaned to Everton. It's something which was unimaginable when he arrived in England, so I'll be analysing why it hasn't worked at United, how Everton could set up with him, and why Lampard could unlock the best from Donny van der Beek. Van der Beek has played the full 90 minutes of a Premier League match only 3 times, and all of them came last season. It was expected that he'd come into this season and start playing more, however, it's been worse. He's made 8 Premier League appearances, and 3 of those he's played just 1 minute. Since his arrival, there has been a lot of speculation as to why he hasn't played, starting with him being a possible replacement for Paul Pogba when he departs, a backup to Bruno Fernandes, but he was in fantastic form when Van der Beek arrived, simply not being a player that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted, and not being able to fit in the same team with Bruno Fernandes. But ultimately, after Solskjaer, Carrick and Rangnick, 3 managers who haven't included him in Premier League matches, especially when the troubles at United seem to come in midfield, it does suggest there's something in training that we're not seeing. For example, Rangnick has come straight in and given Anthony Elanga a chance due to his performances in training, a clear indication of the effects that training performances can have. So this is why a loan move is perfect. He still needs to adjust to the Premier League, get consistent minutes on the pitch, and really have some belief from the manager. So he moves to Everton for 5 months, where he can learn from a midfielder who understands what Van der Beek wants and knows what needs to change in his game. This is maybe the reason why Van der Beek took that decision to work under a goal-scoring midfielder, which is really what Van der Beek is all about. Lampard will be able to take Donny under his wing, make him a player to get the best from, and teach him what is needed to adapt to the Premier League. That will be about how to use his physicality in the right way, when to make forward runs and when to take up deeper positions, and how to play against certain opposition, all things which Van der Beek doesn't really know in the Premier League still. This really feels like the start of his Premier League journey, so what can we expect to see from him first? Well, the 4-3-3 is perfect for Donny van der Beek. This formation is where he gets the freedom he needs to flourish in the Premier League and most of all, look forward and attack. It allows him to get into the box, make runs in behind the defence, and roam in the attack to find spaces to receive the ball. Most crucially, Van der Beek will add something different to the Everton first 11. He's a midfielder with creative instincts to play quick passes, to regularly pass and move to create chances for the team. A lot of Everton's creativity has come from the wide areas. The most key passes for them this season are from Townsend, Gray, Richarlison and Gordon. So what Van der Beek can do is really make an impact by being a central creative player who links up with these wide players. In these kind of positions, he can make underlapping runs in the half spaces or hold the ball for someone to make an overlapping run. The decision of Everton over Crystal Palace was interesting, possibly influenced by Frank Lampard, but what else is good about Everton specifically? I'd say the link up of Van der Beek with either Demarai Gray or Anthony Gordon is something to watch. They will likely go on the right side due to Richarlison being most comfortable on the left, but in particular, Demarai Gray has stood out this season with the flair that he can bring and ability to regularly take on players. The strength of Van der Beek to work in small spaces, always keep moving, make runs in behind could really suit Demarai Gray on that right flank. As well as this, they have a top quality defensive midfielder in Alan who brings the reliability in midfield. Van der Beek can have confidence pushing forward with the defensive cover behind him. On top of all of this, Conor Gallagher is a similar midfielder at Crystal Palace who we've seen this season get into the opposition box regularly. When we're saying Van der Beek needs to learn the Premier League, what does that really mean? Well, something we've heard from United is the physicality of Van der Beek being the weakness. According to reports at the start of the season, this is what Donny improved, but still we didn't see him on the pitch. Now though, he can put that physicality improvement to the test and have advice from Lampard while actually playing matches. Simply by playing matches, he'll build confidence, get momentum behind his performances, and will finally feel some belief from the manager. So overall, how will Lampard fix Everton? Well, you can click the video on screen right now to find out exactly the problems that Lampard will face. Click the like button if you did enjoy, and we're close to 10,000 subscribers, so please, any help towards that milestone is very much appreciated.